All right, let's dive right into this explainer. Today, we're unpacking the proactive, tech-enabled, and deeply human-centered blueprint for the 2026 workplace. We are standing at this incredible intersection right now. The old ways of managing a workforce, they're practically splitting apart, and these entirely new, dynamic models are taking their place. So today, we're looking at the massive evolution from traditional human resources to modern people operations, and we'll see exactly how this shift is completely intertwined with the rise of artificial intelligence and a much deeper commitment to diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging.
We've got a super clear roadmap for today. We're going to cover the shift to people operations, AI integration in 2026, curing techno-stress and FOMO, fostering systemic DEIB, and finally analytics, ethics, and transparency. Okay, Section 1, the shift to people operations. Let's start right at our foundation. Think about traditional human resources for a second. For decades, it's been known as administrative, compliance-focused, and, let's be honest, pretty reactive to immediate issues, like, filling an empty seat or putting out fires. But people operations, it's a whole different ballgame. It's strategic, it's proactive, it's driven by analytics, and focuses holistically on the employee experience. It actually treats employees as complex human beings, not just resources or capital.
So what does a people ops team actually do differently? Well, they're fundamentally forward-looking. They align the people strategy straight to business goals. They don't just, measure satisfaction once a year. They purposefully drive employee engagement because they know it's a leading indicator of performance. They're out there proactively forecasting future talent needs, building internal mobility pathways, and utilizing HR analytics for predictive insights rather than just reacting to things that have already happened.
Which brings us perfectly to Section 2, AI integration in 2026. Because you simply can't have a modern strategy without a clear plan for AI.
Get this, AI has the staggering potential to free up over 120 hours per employee per year just by automating administrative tasks. I mean, think about that number for a second. That is literally 3 full work weeks reclaimed from repetitive, low-value work. Imagine what you or your team could do with an extra 3 weeks every single year. It's not just about saving time, it's about fundamentally changing the nature of how people spend their days.
But here's the catch. How will this reclaimed capacity actually be used? Are we pushing for innovation and human connection, or just trying to cut costs? The crucial point is that time savings alone don't drive progress. Organizations have to deliberately reinvest this capacity into reskilling rather than just prematurely reducing headcount. We've all seen the cautionary tales, right? Companies cutting staff, expecting AI to just magically take over, only to suffer massive buyer's remorse and having to rehire because the AI just couldn't do it all. The smart play is treating AI as an extra set of hands.
To actually scale this tech successfully, leading organizations aren't leaving it to chance. First, they form a cross-functional AI leadership coalition. Second, they invest in an AI center of excellence. Third, they identify the specific tasks best suited for automation. And fourth, they redesign core functions and launch reskilling pilots. You really can't just dump AI on the IT department anymore. People ops has to be firmly at the table to manage the workforce impact.
But let's be real, this rapid technological change brings some severe human friction. Section 3, curing techno-stress and FOMO.
We absolutely cannot ignore FOMO. For those who haven't heard the term, it's the fear of becoming obsolete. It is that deep anxiety and loss of confidence employees experience when they start questioning their own relevance and career prospects because machines are suddenly doing more of their tasks. This is a critical business risk that quietly undermines your entire transformation.
And the stats here are wild. 52% of workers are worried about AI's impact. 75% of employees completely lack confidence using AI at work. And honestly, with 41% of employers planning headcount reductions due to AI, you can kind of see why people are freaking out. These numbers show exactly why people operations must step in. We have to turn this widespread anxiety into agency through hands-on learning, safe spaces to experiment, and crystal clear communication.
Moving right along to Section 4, fostering systemic DEIB. This is where we ground all these massive technological shifts in genuine empathy.
Systemic DEIB is all about embedding diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging deeply into the very foundation and daily practices of a company. We're talking way beyond superficial or high-visibility PR campaigns here. It's the human anchor that ensures all voices are actually heard and celebrated, building practices like pay equity right into the company's DNA. It's absolutely crucial to understand the difference between inclusion and belonging. Inclusion is the intentional action employers take, stuff like fair policies, unbiased hiring, and welcoming onboarding. But belonging, that is the feeling and the outcome. It's employees actually feeling seen, valued, and intrinsically motivated to work. You can have all the inclusive policies in the world, but if your employees don't feel that they belong, your strategy is failing.
And the business case for this, it is completely undeniable. Companies in the top quartile for diversity are 36% more likely to financially outperform their peers. It's not just a nice-to-have moral imperative, it is a proven hard-hitting strategic advantage in today's market.
Just check out these impacts when you foster true belonging. You get a 50% reduction in turnover risk. 40% of employees with high belonging rarely even look for other jobs. Throw in a 56% increase in job performance, a 75% decrease in sick days, and a massive 167% jump in employee net promoter score. When people feel safe and valued, they simply do their best work. It's a real game changer. But as we blend this incredible human-centered culture with rapid AI adoption, we have to pause and ask a really tough question. Who is guarding the algorithms? If we're using AI for hiring and performance reviews, how do we make sure it actually aligns with our DEIB goals?
Which brings us to our final stop, Section 5, Analytics, Ethics, and Transparency. Because at the end of the day, the biggest risks of AI aren't technical, they're human.
Without human-centric governance, things can go sideways fast. Think about biased hiring algorithms. That leads to unfair candidate exclusion. The guardrail? People Ops needs to audit those key workflows for equity. What about blind trust in AI outputs? That can result in totally inaccurate performance reviews. The fix there is stress testing tools for explainability. And poorly designed prompts? They can lead to massive privacy and cybersecurity breaches, which means educating the workforce on safe AI usage is totally non-negotiable.
And to manage all of this, HR analytics absolutely must move beyond simply tracking past turnover. We have to start actively forecasting flight risks and measuring the actual ROI of our learning programs. By utilizing predictive analytics ethically, People Ops can spot engagement declines and step in long before your top talent decides to walk out the door.
I absolutely love this perspective. AI is best understood as a thinking partner or an extra set of hands, amplifying, not replacing, human capability. It perfectly captures the core ethos of 2026. Everything we've discussed today, shifting to strategic people ops, integrating AI safely, and embedding systemic DEIB, it's all about creating a resilient workforce where humans are empowered by their tools, not erased by them.
So, I want to leave you with this final thought to chew on today. Is your organization merely managing resources for compliance, or are you actively architecting a culture for capability? Are you stuck in the reactive past, or are you stepping into a proactive, people-first future? The blueprint is right here. Thanks so much for diving into this explainer with us, and I'll catch you next time.